What's up, guys and gals? Welcome back to the Nerd Castle. Today, in the world of indie games, we're going to be checking out a game called Ludus Mortis, the demo thereof. This demo is freely available to anybody who wants to play it. It went up during the Steam Next Festival, but it just kind of stayed up after that. This is a game by one man named Federico Finelli. If you don't know that name, he's kind of a niche dungeon-crawling game designer. He made a game called Inferno, which has the prequel and the sequel. I've played the second one. I played the second one probably about a year ago, and I really liked the art style. I thought it was a really fantastic-looking game, but ultimately ended up being a little bit too simple for me. So anyways, we're going to dive on into his newest title, Ludus Mortis, which actually has kind of an interesting setting. So as I understand it, giant crystal land in the middle of Rome convert everyone to zombies, and now all of the people that were like, dominas, or, we've got anybody that was in charge of a ludus, like a gladiator training dojo, their gladiators have now been repurposed to go down into places deep and dark and slay all the zombies. The game is kind of like Legend of Grimrock. It's a first-person dungeon crawler. It's got like a grid-based movement and all that kind of stuff. So if you've played Grimrock, you'll know what I'm talking about. The game, however, is not real-time like Grimrock was. Instead, this game has a turn-based combat system when you run into enemies when they show up. We're going to play for about 35 minutes today. See if it's something you wanted to add to your wish list or otherwise pass on. The link is down there for you, as I previously mentioned. You can also find a link to my Discord and my Twitch stream, just in case you wanted to hang out live. I'll be doing my best along the way to give you my thoughts about the game and things that I like and don't like about it, hopefully helping you decide if this is a game for you or not. But let's go ahead and start the game off. All right, we're going to play on normal, because I think that's probably what most people are going to default to. And we're going to get ourselves a little bit of storyline here. Rome, the 4th century AD. Over the last few decades, the Senate has become corrupt and has progressively lost power and influence. Meanwhile, the Emperor Diocletianus and his army rule unchallenged outside the city. Seeking to return to a dominant position, members of the Roman Senate decide to use necromancy to increase their power, as one does, creating an army of undead demons to fight against imperial soldiers. And thanks to the powers of the cult of Dis, the senators seem to have achieved their goal, but things fell apart. Year after year, the army of undead and demons summoned by the Senate have taken over, imposing themselves on the senators and enslaving the Roman population. By waging war on its own emperor, the Senate has caused a rift in the Roman population, which slowly begins to live in fear. In this climate of chaos, an ancient gladiatorial school continued to train soldiers for the games, but the purpose of the gladiators is now different: to rid the city of undead invaders, to allow Rome to return to its former glory. I'm not sure how plausible that is. Once you open up a Hellgate, man, that's why you never open up a Hellgate. Like, I know it's tempting. You'd be like, I'm gonna open up a Hellgate. That'll solve all my problems. It'll fix the economy. Never works out that way. It's been my experience that opening up a Hellgate just never works out for anybody. And see, now we're back in cleanup duty. Alright, so welcome to our Ludus. At the beginning of the game, we need to hire some gladiators, because apparently we were a Ludus, but we didn't have any gladiators pre-existing before this became the predominant way that we earned our living. In the UI, there's a couple of things here. You've got sesterces. We've got turkeys, all right? We've got 10,000 turkeys. That's money. We've also got ambrosia. Ambrosia is used to resurrect your gladiators when they die. It's kind of a rare drop that you don't find very much. We've got our number of gladiators, and we've got how many items we're currently carrying. There is going to be a training system in the game, I think. I don't know. It says we can change it in the gymnasium page. Yeah, it's not available. So there is going to be like a training phase of this game where your gladiators can train their stats to get stronger. But for now, let's go ahead and hire a gladiator. One thing that this game needs to do is they show you the stat spread first, and then if you proceed, then you pick a class. But you don't know what you need for the various classes before you take a look at all of them. And so I would highly recommend they make you pick your class first. So basically just swap these two prompts. So your class selection comes up first, and then your stats come up second in order to play around with them. For right now, we're going to need somebody that's got really good constitution, really good strength, and probably really good agility, and we're going to want them to be like a frontline fighter, someone that can tank, someone that can dodge, someone that can basically take aggro for the rest of our characters. So let's go ahead and re-roll some stats here until we find something we like. There's a pretty decent roll for a fighter, in all honesty. We've got 15 strength, that's going to give us 5 damage. We've got 15 constitution, that's 35 HP per level, that's pretty good. And we've got 6 action points, which means we can attack twice per turn. The downside to all this is that we've got perception as a dump stat. So unfortunately, we're always going to be bad with ranged weapons like pilums and things of that nature. We're not going to have great reflex saving throws when it comes to booby traps, and we're not really getting like a giant defense mod out of this thing. However, we have really, really raw base defense, so we'll probably be okay. Let's take this. I would recommend maybe allowing the player to distribute points on their own, just using kind of like D&D standardized rules, or at least take like a default spread for basically a strength character, a ranged character, and a casting character, just in case the player doesn't feel like sitting here for 25 minutes just re-rolling stats. It didn't take that long. I think it took me about 2 minutes to get this stat array, but still, that's a pretty big break in gameplay right there. Let's go ahead and proceed, and we are going to take... We can have the Murmelo. I mean, there's a lot of classes here. We've got Murmelos, we've got Thrakes, we've got Retiariuses. If you don't know what those are, Murmelos were like the elite of the elite gladiators in the Roman Colosseum. They were like the heavy plate mail guys that basically would bash on each other, and Murmelo fights were very much kind of like the heavyweight championship. Murmelos were considered to kind of be the best of the best. There's a Thrakes over here. We've got a Retiarius. The Retiarius are the net and spear guys. We've got a Samnus, or a Samnite. We've got a Provocateur, which is a boxer. We've got a Gladiatrix, so we've got lady gladiators in here. I've never heard of a Democharis. I know what a Sagittarius is. A Sagittarius is an archer. We've got the Vestal. It looks like we've got wizards up in here. It looks like we've got mages, or like a hybrid. Like lots and lots of choices. Like there's fun stuff, but what we really need is we need the Murmelo, so that's what we're going to take. He doesn't have a special exploration skill. I don't think that's really going to matter. However, this guy is going to have mad HP. He is going to be a tanky boy. Now we get to pick his portrait. We need someone that actually like looks like a buff guy. Like somebody that's kind of like got ham hocks for a neck, you know what I mean? I don't know if anybody here looks especially chonky. So I guess this will be Decimus Decius Helva. Okay. You can take negative traits if you want, and then it'll give you a positive trait to allow you to accentuate how good your character is. Up to you. I probably won't take one, and then we'll just create the character. He has taken the sacramentum of the gladiator. And so that's our first gladiator. We're going to want to pick up a second one, I think. Having a second gladiator would be a pretty good idea. I want to decide what I'm going to get next, though. I feel like it's probably not a bad idea to just double up on the front. So she's a light warrior. What does she do? She's got quickest, so she basically gets first move in any fight. And then it looks like she has a chance to get an extra AP at level 10 every single turn. Yeah, we'll go after her. Let's go back. And I need to get some stats for the Gladiatrix. That's not too terrible. I think I can live with that right there. There appears to be like an 80 cap that the game imposes. So the closer you are to kind of like the high 70s, the better. It appears as though some characters are just better than others. Some characters roll like 48 stats. Some characters roll like 80 stats. It just kind of depends how it comes down the pipe. I don't know if theoretically it's possible for you to get all 18s. It's probably unlikely. I haven't seen anything roll above an 80 yet, and I've been sitting here for a while. But that'll do for the Gladiatrix, I think, because she'll get the extra point right there, and she'll get the extra strength. So yeah, let's have her. We've got to come up with a portrait here. I don't really care. I'll be honest with you. Quinta Ovidia Kelsa. Okay. No background. Create that character. The sacramentum has been taken. Now we've got to equip these nerds. So that means we've got to go to the Faber. And we've got these like metal ingots over here, and we can trade them for various plate mail and things of that nature. I'll probably get, so we've got a Hosta. Hosta be kind of cool. Yeah. I'll get a Hosta. I'll get probably 2 shields. I think it's probably a decent idea to pick up some armor that actually, like, matters. 2 armors. That sounds alright. That gives +5 attack like flat, so we want 2 of the Manicas for sure. 2 Caligas probably not a bad idea. And then I've got enough left for 1 more weapon. I'll probably go with... Is there any reason to take the short sword, like the Gladius, over the Pompeii versus the Hispaniensis? I don't know. I'll take the Hispaniensis. All right, cool. And it looks like you can also upgrade the forge over here, but it's not in the demo yet, so that's going to increase kind of like the amount of stuff you can have. Let's go ahead and manage our roster. We need to put him in the party. We need to put her in the party. And then from there, we need to manage everybody's equipment. So we've got a sword, we've got a boot, we've got a shield. There we go. And then for her, we'll just kind of slap those on in. Oh, is that a 2-handed weapon? It's a 2-handed weapon. Okay. I thought maybe she would fight with like a... Maybe there's a short spear that I could have seen. So I wasted a little bit of my money right there. That's kind of a bummer because she's good at one-handed stuff and she's not good at two-handed stuff. So that might be somewhat problematic. But you know what, dude? It's the baby adventurer dungeon. How bad can it be? Let's go to the dungeon. At the beginning of the dungeon, you do get to provision, just like in Darkest Dungeon. You can also hire mercenaries that have various effects as you go through the dungeon. Like, they will, you know, make locks easier to pick, or they will, like, double the amount of money you find because they're a scavenger. We'll probably take, like, 2 food rations, like 5 torches, like 4 lockpicks. I'll probably take, like, 3 decanters of wine. And that should be good enough, I think. Hopefully, I don't know. The Catacomb of Priscilla. Kill the Undead Centurion. We get 8,000 XP. We get 1,000 turkeys. All right, that sounds like a plan to me, man. Let's go ahead and take care of business. Now, once you're in the game, it controls exactly like you expect it to if you're a fan of anything like Legend of Grimrock. You move around the dungeon, you click on things, there's secret doors. The game seems to have a decent amount of secrets, and the secrets are sort of like telegraphed a lot of the time. Like if you walk past a wall and there's a bunch of masonry laying on the floor, chances are that wall was renovated, and if you click on it, it'll collapse, or things like that. Oh, good! We found a Gladius, yeah! So apparently I didn't need to buy all that. Yeah, I bought a whole bunch of gear that I didn't even need to buy. An Ensis Falcatus. Okay. I would suggest we start equipping this stuff on the Dominatrix, or the Gladiatrix. Is that a 2-hander as well? It's a 1-hander. Good. Let's give her the shield then. She'll have a much higher chance to hit because this game has dice rolls for whether or not you hit in combat. Apparently a little bit of a Freudian slip there. All right, let's move forward, and we will see if we can get ourselves into trouble. Each step you take increases the risk of being attacked by enemies. It's indicated by that little sphere right there. Okay. That's cool. I'm just going to explore around. Oh, God! It's bad guys. So welcome to the turn-based combat. You get to pick who you want to attack. I'm going to go after this guy over here. We've got a 65% chance to hit. I think that's going to be her turn. In combat, you have AP. You have the initiative up here. It's nothing unexpected. It works pretty much exactly how you expect it to work. Okay, we got some solid damage off on the first turn. Your characters do get special abilities like shield bashes and pushes and things of that nature. There we go. Let's lay them out. Some kind of harpy or something. Sticks, apparently. Oh, good. She killed him. Nice. This appears to be going rather well as far as combat's concerned. This little symbol is how much armor they have. Armor gives a flat damage reduction, but armor also gets sheared off every time you take damage. But I think it gets restored at the beginning of combat. It looks like we picked up a Syrian bow. I do like that since we're walking on water, it changed the footstep sound to kind of like a watery sound. There are secret doors. There are secret switches. You will want to keep an eye out for them. Anytime I see like any puddles of blood or anything else on the floor, I tend to go looking for them. I don't know. I enjoy playing games like this. I've been a fan of first-person dungeon crawlers since... There we go. You see the bricks on the ground? There you go. Just like in Wolfenstein. And we got some free looties. I don't know what that is, but it looks awesome. Let's find out. It's a 2-hander, isn't it? It's a Spathion. It does 2d10 damage, and it's got +3 chance to hit. Okay. I do like the idea of hitting more consistently. We found, apparently, Legules of Oh, God, that scared me, actually, a little bit. We found Ambrosia. You know that stuff I was talking about that lets you resurrect your teammates when they die? That's the stuff that I was looking for. We only landed 1 hit out of the 4 right there, which is a little bit unfortunate. I think you can also block to increase your defense or something. Yeah. I'm just going to go for the all-out... I'm going to go for the all-out slaughter here, though, because I feel better about it. Oof, she gets hit really hard. That's unfortunate. Of course we missed that one swing. It's okay, though. She just defended. There we go. The monsters are down. We got some XP and we got some turkeys. We've got a Scootum. Okay. We're going to scoot 'em and boot 'em. We got another Spathion. We've got multi-Spathion because we're just awesome like that. Oh, boy. This is a lock-picking challenge. If you right-click on the crate and you have enough agility, you will get the lock open. We found a fine Dalmatica. Dalmatica sounds like a font. Oh, it gives +3 defense. Nice. Okay, so apparently there's different gear grades you can get as well, like normal versus fine versus like masterwork, stuff like that. Because I've seen... Oh, there's a button. I pushed the button. The button opened door. Oh, the button let zombies in. The button make me miss my swings. The button make me depressed. 2 dodges, though, does not make me depressed. That makes me happy. Okay, 1 guy down. Next up. Ooh, 2 guys down. You love to see it. All right, so we've got a... The gods grant you a blessing. You have obtained enlightenment for 50 turns and no longer. All right, don't get full of yourself. We get more XP, I suppose. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. You can jump. So your party has stamina up there. It allows you to do things like jump or swim or whatever else. I actually think that's it's an interesting, compelling mechanic that I think should be expanded upon, like the stamina management. That's a really, really good idea, that there will be like things you have to pull or things you have to push or things you have to jump over or like things you have to squeeze or climb or so on and so forth. And it costs you stamina, and you have to weigh kind of like that risk-reward, like is it worth it to spend the stamina here if it shortens the path, you know, or if it avoids a fight. We need a red key to activate this device. How Doom-like. What's up, lady? How you doing? You ready to get wrecked? Because I got some wreckage for you. Looks like we found the boss. The guy we're supposed to be killing anyways. I hope they add like an actual lockpicking minigame. Apparently we're not very good at lockpicking. I don't think we can bash locks either. Oh, I can charge. Can I charge the chest and break it? No. Okay, what happens if I charge into like a combat? Did that affect anything? I don't know if it affected anything. 1 down. Ow. We're going to try to get that one on the right. So how come she's not hitting as hard as he does? Like, I thought she had kind of like a similar amount of damage dealt. But I feel like she's consistently hitting a lot softer than he is. What does that do? Double tap, attack 1 target 2 times with your weapon, 70% damage per hit. I guess it's guaranteed damage. Yeah, it's guaranteed damage, so you don't have to worry about the attack roll. I was trying to think to myself, like, why would I do that instead of just attacking twice? But I guess you got to make 2 attack rolls if you do it that way. All right, so we got an Eye of Argo. We got some Ambrosian. We found a red key. We've also got a chest back here with a magic ring. I don't know if that was the guy we were supposed to kill. Like, I'm not sure if that was our bounty. It may be somebody else. Was this the door over here we were supposed to take? Oh, that's right. There was that little pedestal over here. There we go. The gate opened up. I would love to see a graphic for when you put in a key, like it actually shows like a 3D key go into there and turn, and then the pedestal slides into the ground. Little details like that matter for immersive purposes, and the game seems to have some of that stuff in there, but not like consistently. I've been smote. Man, they got to take like a double turn. What a bunch of jerks. Yeah, we'll just take it left to right. Why not? Lots of missing happening, so that's good. Of course, some of it's happening to us. Is there a hotkey where I can, like, end my turn? I can. I can hit spacebar. Okay, I was getting tired of clicking since we're mostly just auto-attacking at this point. We don't, like, have a lot of abilities or anything to fool. Man, this is like the dodgiest Legionnaire in the history of the world. All right, we got a free torch out of it, so that's good. I'm probably going to have to heal her pretty soon with a magic potion, so I'll keep that in mind. I don't see any indicate. What does that do? Dude, I don't want to step on this. Looks like it's a teleporter. Oh, it just took me to the other side of the bars. Okay. Huh. Oh, it turns into a loop back. Nice. Okay. I'll take that. Oh, no. Ow. My... Okay, that's probably not great. I don't think that's going to buff out. Not ideal. Alright, so I restarted the dungeon because apparently with one dead character, there was some kind of, I think, weird bug that happened where the enemy wouldn't take their turn and it was just stuck on their turn forever. But the good news is the dungeon stays cleared out to the area where you cleared it and all the loot comes back. So repeat clears actually don't feel that painful in this game. Like, you come back in, the map is the exact same, any door that you've opened remains opened, but all the loot chests fill back in. And all the enemies can, like, drop things and stuff like that, so that's actually kind of not that bad. Let's go ahead and see if we can find this what is that thing? Okay. Well, I don't know what I'm supposed to do with these little pylons right here. I tried making them face each other. I tried making them face the back wall. I saw the blood pool in between them, so I thought maybe they had to face each other, but I don't know. No clue. Not sure what I'm supposed to do with it. But there are other areas for us to look into, so it looks... that would explain it. Somebody wrote it with chalk on the wall. Thank you, previous adventurer, who probably got reduced into a fine goo. I appreciate your contribution, so forward and right, okay. So you go... Oh, it was already facing properly. Good. I want to see what's back this way, though. Watch out, in the next room there's a sentinel. Mechanical device that alerts enemies. Pay attention for its eye. If it's red, the sentinel is active and it's pointing towards you. You get attacked instantly. Move cautiously or hide. Did it see me? I don't know if it saw me. Oh no, dude, I thought it was her turn. It changed the turn order. Alright. I guess we're probably making dice rolls to see what initiative we have. Yeah, I'll kill you. That sounds good. Oh, it's her turn? She needs to drink a potion then. Hey, she managed to block something. Nice. Down goes the enemy. When's it gonna be my turn to stab a guy in the lorica? I'm just gonna go this way because I'm not exact. I thought it was gonna throw like a spotlight. And if you were in the spotlight, you get into trouble. Okay, foreboding columns. Can't say that that's encouraging. Hey, we got a nice armor. I'll take it. I'm about to have to fight somebody, though. I kind of don't like how it's got, like, randomized JRPG battles. Like, I'd prefer, like, larger floor plans, I think, with wandering packs, and you can, like, see them. and you can, like, avoid them if you're smart about it. I don't know. I tend to prefer the Legend of Grimrock way of doing things with these first-person dungeon crawlers, where everything's kind of like real-time. I've always found that to be a bit more satisfying. Still, our party seems to be doing okay. I think if we could pick up a healer and a wizard, we'll be in pretty good shape. Maybe keep her on the bench. I mean, it seems like we can have 10 characters, and so we sort of want to scout the place out and then reset it and come back with people that have the skill sets to, like, get it done. Yeah, I would suggest making the sentinels throw a spotlight that travels around, and if you stand in the spotlight, that's when you get attacked. I think I'd like that a little better. What's inside of here? There is something about the wall on your left. Oh, yeah. Apparently I can charge the wall and knock it down because I'm an absolute champion like that. And we managed to get the... Ooh, nice. A magical Lorica segmentata. So what's the difference with it? We've got, what? We've got encumbrance, spell mod, heavy armor, armor durability 30. That has an armor durability of 22, but it gives us constitution and fire resist. I think she could use this more than he does because that extra constitution will increase her HP, and her HP is really far and away like her worst attribute. We've also got a willpower thing and an agility ring. You take the agility ring because it increases your dodge. And I just need you to not get hit. It's got 50 durability on it. Sure, he's a Murmelo. He'll take it. We haven't really picked up any helmets or anything. Oh, well. The Gladius Pompeii. There we go. Give me the goodies. A magical Lorica Squamata. Does it do anything cool? It gives strength and defense. I can dig that. That makes him hit harder, and the extra defense will be nice too. That all seems workable to me. I mean, easiest battle fight of my life. Oh, a magic ring! Nice! I do like the randomized gear that drops. That's really, really nice. Are there any cracked walls or anything in here? Doesn't look like it. Big old nasty battle fight on this side, but that's okay. We took down the Retiarius zombie nice and early. I'd like to see a little bit more enemy variety, but then again, it is like a tutorial starter dungeon. So maybe I'm expecting too much here. We are missing a lot. What is our active hit chance right now? 51%. The man is a god. Okay, so maybe I should take out his little supplementary homie over here. Ah, we're already down the rabbit hole. Why not continue digging? What just happened to me? Did something bad happen? How come it made like a little swooshly-doo breathing noise? I'm guessing that they put like some kind of like spell effect on me or something, but I don't know. I also don't know how to use the wine bottles and the Eyes of Argo and like the torches. Torch is apparently T, and Eye of Argo is Y. We can throw a stone to trigger traps. That's an interesting idea. I like that. So if I light up a torch, does it make the enemies like less likely to attack me or something? Like what is the benefit of torches? I mean, I haven't used any this entire time, so beware. I feel like you can extrapolate that anytime there's kind of like a, you know, a 5 gum portal on the ground. I don't see any cracks or anything. Look around for clues. You mean like all the V, R, I, T. I don't really have any indication what order those letters have to be entered in. V-I-R-T. I'm playing around with it in my head, and I don't think that spells any words or whatever. And it opens that door right there, right? Okay, so since it opens that door right there, What say we go back to the portal and see what happens? Because I'm still mulling about the VIRT thing. I don't know, dude. Dungeon crawlers and their reliance on slide block puzzles and things. Looks like it leads to treasure would be my guess, because I think this is the boss we're supposed to be hunting. We don't have anybody that's good at lockpicking, so unfortunately... Ooh, what is that? Oh, a Kestis. Nice, dude. Who dat? Just a bunch of Stixes? Okay. Stixy Eye? Well, lucky the turkey ladies haven't grabbed us yet, so we seem to be mostly alright, but we are missing an awful lot. If my characters could just conceivably land a hit, I feel like this would be going better. Unfortunately, I think that might be an order too tall. We've only got a 50% chance to hit, so like, I'm guessing the weapon proficiencies, they all seem to give you +2 attack. Oh, a magic Pugius. Nice. Looks like that... Oh, dude, that was just a treasure room. That means I have to figure out this puzzle, and honestly, I don't think they've given me enough to work with here. Unless, like, VIRT means anything to anybody. I don't know. I put in VIR. I was just pushing randomly, dude. I have no clue how I solved that puzzle. No idea. The puzzle part of kind of the first-person Eye of the Beholder games, never something that I was a big fan of. I've always wished that there was like a dungeon crawler that does not make you solve puzzles. I don't know. I'm sure those of you in the audience that are probably way smarter than me were like, you instantly saw the solution. We're like, actually, this refers back to the rule of Diocletius in 145 AD. When he was being assassinated, he actually made the sound, and that's what the developer is referencing. I don't know, man. The Charon Stele allows you to recover HP and potions for each character. Yeah, I'll do that. Why not? Can there be stuff inside the Stele Dome that I can, like, secret walls and stuff? Oh, good. A mechanism. I need another torch. It's dark and spooky. There is a powerful enemy in front of you. Also, the powerful enemy's homeboy retinue. Ow. You hit me for 1 damage. What shall I ever do against your 1 damage with my 70 HP? Frankly, a shocking and horrifying amount of pain has been distributed to my face. Can you die, please? I'm trying to fight the real enemies. Thank you. Who's this guy? Who's this guy think? Oh, he's got a different soundtrack. That's how you know he's a bad mamma jamma. Alright, so he's got 8 armor. Let's just go ahead and attack him twice. Hit him with one of those bad boys right there. Ow, he hit so hard. Okay, alright. Oh, I have a 30% chance to hit. That sucketh. Alright, the only damage we get off might be... With a 30% hit chance, I don't see us hitting a whole lot. Okay, yep. We're definitely going to have to drink a potion, I think. Hopefully we have enough tankiness to get through this. I mean, if he keeps hitting her, we're not going to have enough tankiness. Sir, you are hitting the one person that functionally I do not want you to hit. Please strike other people. Ow! Hey, we got him. He's dead. Oh, wow. Look at all that XP. Hell yeah. And then we got a magical bow of the Cretin. All right. Cretin. How do I get in there? There's stuff in there, and I want it. There's clearly a pile of bloody human fluid-soaked rags. That is the most interesting... That is the most interesting of all the dungeon things we have found so far. Give it to me right now. All right, we'll just leave. So we got 8,000 XP. We got 1,000 turkeys. And, oh, never mind. Well, sesterces, are those HSs? Yeah, I was going to say, we got our turkeys, dude. We got our sesterces. And then we got a divine point, whatever that means. The undead centurion was guarding a cell, and looking through the bars, there was nothing. However, you decide to force the lock and open the prison to check inside. To your surprise, under a pile of rags in the dark, you find an old, frightened man. Thank you for saving me. I'm a druid. Take me with you, and I will serve you. Back at the Ludus, he sets up a laboratory. It will be certainly useful to your gladiators. Nice! I'll take that. I like this artwork, too. It's very, very good looking. It's very attractive artwork. So now that I have the druid... Oh, okay. So we can make our potions do different stuff. Gotcha. And this is where the divine points come in. You add the divine points and they either heal for more or they give you haste. Okay. And so you got to decide where to spend your divine points to determine how much your potions heal versus how much they give you MP back. That kind of stuff. Nice. Actually, it looks like this stuff is available inside this demo. It just says proceed through the story to unlock it. I mean, I don't know if the demo goes that far. But either way, we made a little bit of money. We've got some ambrosia, so we can actually, like, res a guy if we need to. So that's good. Let's see what, before we call it a day, let's see what level ups look like. So for 2,000 XP, you can increase the XP level of this gladiator. Looks like we can also spend XP to increase an attribute, but that's very, very expensive. So he's a level 3 Murmelo now. It looks like it mostly just increased his HP to high heaven. I wasn't watching his attack and everything else. How do I level these up? That's what I'm curious about. Maybe that's training. Once you unlock the gymnasium, they train this stuff up. I bet you that's what it is. Okay. That's fair. She definitely needs... Yeah, it looks like you get 5 attack per level up, so you're more likely to hit. Good. I'm glad to see that because my hit chance in that last dungeon was just atrocious. It was the worst. Can I sell this stuff? You can break things, actually, and it looks like it'll give you kind of extra little bits and pieces and bobs and scraps or whatever. Okay, yeah, break everything that's not magical. We'll keep a couple swords and whatnot, just in case, and like an extra armor. But that gave me 15 of the shards, so I can now make more baseline equipment. And it looks like as we get further onto the game, you're probably going to need the silver powder to infuse uncommon gear, and you're probably going to need the magic stones to make magic gear. I'm guessing anyways. So the gray stuff, you just need iron for. The light blue things that are like slightly better, use silver for. There's also apparently gold in there and some essence of AIDS. I don't know. My name is Splattercat. I sift through the pile to find what's worthwhile in the world of indie games every single day so that you don't have to. Today up on the chopping block, we were checking out Ludus Mortis. I think this game is pretty par for the course for this developer. Having played his other games, it's got like an interesting premise, and it's got an interesting art style that looks very, very good. I think it could use a little bit more animation to the enemies and also a little bit more spell effects to the attacks and the special abilities to make them feel a little bit more special. I think the combat could probably use another hook, like another thing, like something like a limit break or, you know, some other thing that happens in combat that adds a little bit of depth to it. But other than that, it's a dungeon crawling RPG, and I like dungeon crawling RPGs. Except for the puzzles. You always got to, except, me no big smart, me make party barbarian smash. I will see you all tomorrow with something hot and fresh off the indie skillet. I think that you could streamline a lot of, like, this game has a lot of hotkeys. Now that I'm thinking about it, a context menu would be nice. So basically, you right-click and it just opens up a little window that has, like, light a torch, drink a potion, you know, use the eye of whatever, and then you could just get rid of all the, or keep the keybinds for people that don't have a mouse. But either way, I prefer mouse control on things, so context menus, that would also be a good idea for some of the activities you can undertake in the dungeon. Still, I'm a sloppy sucker for anything that has to do with gladiators. I love gladiators. I've probably watched every single documentary ever produced on gladiators, and so I see gladiators in a game title, and I just can't stop myself. I'll catch y'all tomorrow. Thanks for being here, folks. Bye.